What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. Have a matchup today of Blue Buggy versus Red Purple Luffy. I'm running the starter deck. I'm proxying some cards. This is the last round of the tournament. I think I only have one win. So I asked my opponent, Amir, he's a good friend. He was cool with it. Just wanted to get some reps. I didn't want to play Minx Pro anymore. And I just played the Buggy last game, so I was really excited to keep it rolling. So yeah, shout out to my opponent for allowing me to switch decks, as well as play with a proxy deck. He goes to his 3-Dawn turn after passing, or actually, excuse me, he's going second. I'm going first. I won the dice roll. He taps 1 for a Nami Searcher, and he's going to search top 5 for a Straw Hat. We're going to tap 3 for Pilaf, draw 2. We're going to pass because we can't swing into him because he's a 6k leader. His leader effect is that when he gets to 8 Dawn or higher, or 0, he can ramp an active Dawn once per turn. He's going to tap 1 for a Lost Searcher, which searches top 4 for a Straw Hat or a Heart Pirate of cost 2 or higher. He's going to grab a 10 cost Gear 5 Luffy, so we know he's got that. He's also going to tap 3 for a Zoroark that 1 attacks if he has 3 or less life, which he does. Allows him to ramp. We're going to leader effect, tap 5, pitch a Daz Bones to play Croc into Daz Bones. Effective Daz Bones, draw 2, trash 1. Thinking on what to trash. We're going to trash the Mihawk, and then we're going to pass. Again, we've been playing on curve, so we haven't been able to swing into his life at all, but that's okay. Our game plan is we want to establish a board as fast as possible so we can get the buggies out. His game plan, now he's got that 10 cost Luffy, he wants to ramp fast, and then that Gear 5 Luffy is going to be very tough to deal with once he gets out. He could end games with it if we're not careful, so just need to be cognizant of it. He's going to tap 5 for a Relax Time Luffy that has Rush. He swings 6 life, and the effective one attacking gets to give Arrested Dawn, so really it's 7 life. We'll take, no trigger. Now he's going to swing 5 life to ramp an active Dawn. We'll give him the 1k, and he swings 7 life. We'll give him 2k, 1k, and he passes. So now we go to our 7 Dawn turn. We're going to swing 5 into the Zoroark. He's thinking about whether to keep it alive. He lets it die. So now we're going to set 5 aside for leader effect. We have 2 extra. We're going to swing 8 into the 6, swing into the Relax Time Luffy. He lets it die. And then now we can swing. We're thinking about whether to swing 7 life, but let's swing 6 life. We get a 2k out of hand anyway. So now we can tap 1 for, actually it was just a 1k blocker. We can have 1 for a Galdino Searcher. We can grab a Buggy to our hand. So now we're set for next turn if our board stays intact. We can tap 5 leader ability, pitch the Mihawk. We can play the new Croc and Mihawk, which first allows us to draw 2, trash 1. We're going to pitch the one we just drew off of it. Now we can play another card down. Let's play the Alvida down. That's what I'm thinking about playing. Could also play a blocker. But I like the idea of the Alvida. We play the Alvida, draw 3, trash 2. So we have a lot of 2Ks. We're going to trash one of the Alvidas and then probably trash the Croc. But we could also trash one of the 2Ks. I'm just reading the situation. It seems like let's trash a 2K actually. Let's keep the Croc just in case. It can be flexible. But that Croc and Mihawk card is busted. For one, it allows us to play a 4 cost, which 4 cost is a new 5 cost in this deck. Also allows us to cycle, draw 2, trash 1, and it has a secondary effect where it keeps all cross-skilled characters alive if we pitch a card once per turn. So everything on our board can be kept. Everything on our deck can be kept alive by that, with the exception of the Daz Bones, which is right in the middle of our deck, right in the middle of our board right now. That's the only card in the entire deck that is not cross-skilled that we cannot protect with the Croc and Mihawk. He's going to swing 8 into the 6. We could keep it alive. I'm thinking about how much Dawn. He has 8 Dawn. We give him 2k, 1k. Thinking about what's coming. It could be Dragon, but he taps 3 for a Robin blocker and then taps 4 for a Zoroark. Allows him to search top 5 for a Straw Hat, and he adds I think a 2k to hand. Now we go to our 9 Dawn turn, and Buggy is in play. The Alvita gets an extra 1 cost if we have 2 of original 5 cost or higher. So let's Buggy immediately. We'll pitch the Kabaj. We'll Buggy, and we're going to bottom deck the Zordra. There's not a great option. It would have been so much better to do it probably the turn after, where he has the Gear 5 Luffy out. But yeah, we're going to swing 6 life. Just put some pressure on now. He gives us counter. We're going to swing 6 life again. And the idea here is we can swing 8-8, I think, after this. We can swing 6 with lead, and then 8-8 with the 2 other ones. We get a counter. 8. He gives us 2k, 1k, and then 8. And he blocks. He returns a Dawn. That's a Nico Robin blocker. Returns a Dawn. Allows him to search for a Straw Hat. So yeah. He's still at 2 life. He's at 10 Dawn. His board is relatively weak, but he has the Gear 5 Luffy, which can change the game. But if we can manage to keep our board state relatively intact, we could Buggy it away. But he plays the Luffy down. He uses leader effect to get 1 Dawn, and then uses the effect of that Luffy to ramp a rested Dawn, essentially. He swings into the Alvita. Then he takes his second turn based off the Gear 5 Luffy. He gets to essentially ramp another Arrested Dawn, and he's back up to 5 Dawn in total. Wherever that 12k swing is going, it's going to connect, whether it's life or one of our bodies. He swings 12 into the Croc and Mihawk. We let it die. We have to let it die. And then now he has 4 Dawn. If he puts all Dawn, we have 2 2Ks in hand. If he puts all Dawn on the Croc and swings into the Croc, we could counter out. We can't counter out if he swings life or to the Death Bones. Here's where he swings to the Croc, and again, I'm thinking really hard whether I want to keep that Croc alive, because I could give the 2 2Ks, keep it alive, but ultimately I think it's going to be better to just keep those 2 blockers in hand and go from there. So he passes. We drew a Buggy. We're not in a state where if we had like a Crocodile or a Croc and Mihawk, we could get that Buggy out this turn. It'd probably take our entire hand, but unfortunately we don't have a thing that plays another thing. So now we're just going to put some pressure on. Let's swing 8 life. He does have a Dawn standing, I believe. He gives 2k, 1k. So now at this point, like, he only has 2 cards in hand, no Dawn standing. I'm just thinking, like, I think I can actually just swing into the Luffy is what I'm thinking, because the amount of cards in hand is so small. So I'm just gonna put, but I'm thinking about what the correct number is to swing into it. And the correct number is 4. That guarantees the kill, but I'm going to swing 3 above it. So I don't think he has 2 2Ks, and I want to keep 1 active to swing into life, so we can swing the 6 and get another card in hand, and then we can tap 4 for a emoji blocker, which on KO can draw us a card. He's going to tap 1 for a Nami Searcher, search top 5 for a Straw Hat. He's going to grab a Nico Robin blocker. He's at 9 Dawn. So no Gear 5 this turn. But he couldn't because he's at 8. Well, he's not at 9 Dawn. He's at 7 standing, 8 total. He's going to tap 4 for a Zoro Juro, search top 5 for a Straw Hat. He grabs a Gum Gum Giant. We have 2 cards in hand. We have a blocker. He swings 7. We're just gonna block, draw a card, and he passes with 1 standing. So now again, we can't Buggy unless we have like a Crocodile or a Mr. Morge. We're gonna swing 6 life. He gives us 1k. He had 2 cards in hand, so I was like, if he's gonna Gum Gum Giant, now he can't Gum Gum Giant. So we swing another 6 life. Then we're gonna swing 12 life. And he takes. We get him down to 0 life, And this is kind of like an inefficient use of Dawn. I mean, it wasn't like I could have swung bigger the second number, I guess, because yeah, the reason I swung 6 originally because he had 2 cards in hand I knew. One was a Gum Gum Giant, so I either force him to take a hit, give the what, or get into a range where he can't use the Gum Gum Giant. So now we just hard play the Mihawk. We draw 2, trash 1. And yeah, establish the blocker. He goes to 10 Dawn. If he gear 5s, I think we're still safe. So we have 3 life and a blocker. But he's at 0 life. He swings 6 into the Dad's Bones. We give him a 1k. He swings another 6. We'll give him a 2k. He still has all 10 Dawn. So he could gear 5 here, but he's tapping 9 for a Rush Luffy. The 9-10 Luffy allows him to return a Dawn. And then he swings 10 to the Dad's Bones, and he gets Rush and draw a card. So now he has 0 life, but he has 1 Dawn standing, and we swing 22 for game. He's going to Gum Gum Giant. He's going for it. Return 2 Dawn, draw 2 cards, and he's out of Dawn. He still needs to counter up 12, I think. He gives a 2k, 1k, and the rest are bricks. But he had another Gum Gum Giant, and we kind of did the oh, what would happen if you had a Dawn for that? And he withdrew into a Rad Beam. And at that point, if you had a Dawn for that, it would have been, I think, exactly enough to match the 22. I still had a 7 with Mihawk, but just funny what if. But yeah, shouts out to my opponent again. Thanks for being cool and letting me play in the Buggy, proxied, and ahead of time. Really appreciate that. Shouts out to me, you're a cool guy. But again, this just Buggy has a lot of tools now. We played a game immediately after this, and we switched the order. I went second, he went first. And then he also prioritized getting the 7-cost Rush Sanji out that rests. And that card just destroys Buggy because it's able to rest those weak blockers, and you can swing Searchers into them that have 1,000 power. So yeah, he was able to kind of lock in. He understands it now. But yeah, I think Buggy just has a lot of tools. Really fun deck. I'm really excited to play it more. But let me know in the comments and they couldn't definitely appreciate you guys, and see you next time.